going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Monday. It is July 25th, 2022. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup. How are you? What's happening? How you feeling? How was your weekend? What was your Friday like? And all those good things. Thanks for coming by. I had a great weekend. Many of you know I was traveling, taught a seminar yesterday in Philadelphia. Long drive back. No, just as long as the drive there, but long late drive back. I'm kind of tired, but it was all worthwhile. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, John. Maybe we can talk about her before she gets here. Got to meet Jenny. You ever meet someone that you've known for years, talked to for many, many hours? It creates this really extreme paradox. It's both really, really great and to meet them because you're meeting someone in person, but at the same time, you're not. You're hugging a body. It's kind of what it was like. It was great to meet her. I'm glad I did. She put on a great seminar. Had a lot of fun teaching people. Got to meet some people that weren't really aware of what we were doing. We gave out some stickers and some buttons. It's kind of like a parade. It was a good time. There she is. Good morning, Jenny. Dennis, every brand new week should be unwrapped like a precious gift. Happy Monday, Whistle Kick family. Absolutely. Good morning, Gad. Good morning, Andy. I saw this. Andy says, "Good morning, all. It was an awesome weekend and a new puppy to the family. Pretty cute puppy, gotta say. Cutie." So the other thing that was great about this weekend was Andrew and I had a ton of time in the car. We were in the car for probably close to 15 hours. And we talked about martial arts radio. We talked about other aspects of the business. We talked about so many things. And it was really nice to just have the time to chat about something. Whenever we talk, there's a meaning. We have to set a meaning. We're both busy. And so to just talk about things, talk about the show, talk about some ideas and kind of pass them back and forth and in this captive space, knowing that talking about that was more enjoyable than just sitting there silently or just listening to random radio stations. And so that means we came up with some things that we'll talk about more. We're doing a small focus group. We'd planned on this already. We're doing a small focus group on Tuesday night related to martial arts radio. By the way, Stacy, if we are having an awards meeting on Tuesday, just confirm the time for me in some fashion that is not right here. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Brian. Jenny says this weekend was amazeballs. Here, come on, show. I can't describe it. You had to be there. I'm still feeling so loved and energized. That's what we try to do. When you get the right people in the right place doing the right thing, magic happens. Jim Collins, author of Built to Last, Good to Great, and I forget what the third one is. I've only read Good to Great. I should read the other two at some point, but I'd like to read the other two at some point. There we go. Let's change that language. Describes it as a bus. Get the right people on the bus and then get them in the right seats. When we do events, they tend to attract the right people. And those people come and they see what's going on and they see the energy, they see the camaraderie, and they tend to come again. In fact, there's plenty of what I would call replay value in the material that I teach at these seminars. 1, 2, 4, I think 5 of the 16 attendees had done this stuff before with me. That's kind of neat. It says something, right? And she says people are already asking about next time. What we're doing is different. And really it's an excuse to learn and train together. There are other things we could do. I could do other things in a similar spirit. I do this. Things that I do. I didn't get to bed until midnight, after midnight. I don't remember. So I'm tired. But the reason I do this material is because nobody else does this material. So I like to do things differently. It gives people another excuse to show up. I don't really know what this is, but it sounds different, and different's kind of fun. So maybe I'll go do this thing. And they show up and they're like, whoa, this is kind of cool. It's hard to describe this seminar. It's me. If you know me and you know me as a martial artist, it's what you would expect, I think. Jenny cooked us dinner. Oh, so good. Got to meet her kids. And she says a few of the folks who were there yesterday are now looking into free training day. It's only 5 hours away. Dennis, it's funny because I asked Andrew, I said, what do you think the over-under on Dennis randomly showing up is? He said, stars did not align so that I could make my signature surprise appearance. So glad the event went well as I knew it would. I'll tell you, it's a different world down there. Pardon me as I keep yawning. We're driving and we were, let's see. I don't think we were quite at the hotel yet. And, you know, it's Philadelphia. It's outside of Philadelphia. So there's, you know, it's not like here where we have like one highway. You got highways and other parts of highways and on-ramps and off-ramps and interchanges and all these things. So there's levels. Andrew did all the driving, which I was super appreciative of. I'm quite a competent driver, but I don't like driving through New York City. I don't like driving on the GW. I'm not a fan. I'll do it. I've done it. I don't dig it. So he did the driving, which meant I was free to observe. And one of the things I observed, and I posted about this on my Facebook page, driving along, and there's a bank of toll booths. 12, 16 toll booths. It's rather large. It's one-way traffic because it's a toll booth. In fact, this section of road, there was probably half a mile where it was one way. And so there's cars, you know, probably starts as like 5 lanes and, you know, people split off. They're going into the toll booths. And I look over because I notice there's a minivan not moving in the middle of it. I'm like, oh, that's dangerous. I hope they're okay. And then right in the middle of it, they back up and they complete a 3-point turn and drive into the oncoming traffic. I'm like, Andrew, I didn't get to see how this ended because we were driving away at a high rate of speed. It was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in person. It was insane. I don't know. Once in a while, somebody gets on a highway and goes the wrong way. And unfortunately, sadly, we had that here in Vermont. I think it was last summer. And you know, there was an accident and some people died. I have had times where I've thought, do I get on here? No, I get on here, right? Like there was a little bit of hesitation. I've never been driving down the road and thought, you know, a 3-point turn here sounds like a good idea. Dennis says, it's a John world down there. And Denny says, welcome to Philly. So next opportunity, if you want to train with me this coming weekend, I will be at Mark Warner's in Ipswich, Mass. I don't want to speak for him and say that there is space available. As far as I know, there is, but you should reach out and talk to him. If you need help getting in touch with him, you can reach out to me and I will help you with that. After that, um, next month, I'm out in the Portland area and the seminar where I'm going to teach at Gabe and Jenny's on Friday night. I forget which weekend it is. It's on the calendar. I teach at Gabe and Jenny's on Friday night, and then Saturday I'm teaching at an event that their organization is putting on, I believe in Tacoma, Washington, which, according to me, is just outside Seattle. And then nothing scheduled in September currently. Free Training Day Atlanta, Free Training Day Portland in October, and then Free Training Day Northeast in November. So if you have a school or simply want to organize a Phoenix Rising tour stop, I've got a couple spaces I can slot you in. So let me know. We have fun. All right. Mark says there is space available. Great. Before we move on, she says, that's the nonsense we see on that particular highway on the regular these days. We would have been less surprised if we were in the car. I just can't even fathom that happening regularly enough to not be blown away. Well, I don't know if you noticed, I'm drinking out of my Martial Arts Radio mug because it is Monday. Monday means Martial Arts Radio. Andrew and I talked a lot about Martial Arts Radio, future episodes. I threw a concept at him that I was really excited for that he's going to run with and get set up. We've got some other cool things going on. As the show grows, as what we do grows, I'm trying to find ways to include other people, including people that were good to me or have helped me along the way. How do we do something that helps them? And in a way that also creates value, interest, education, whatever, for the people who are watching or listening to the episodes. So let's see, where are we today? What's today? 7:30? I think it's episode 7:30. Oh, this is probably the closest we'll ever get to the date and the episode number being the same. Let me confirm it is 7:30. Yeah. Episode 7:30 on 7:25. I don't know why. That's fun. Today's episode is with Brett Mayfield. And I don't remember how we connected with Brett. In fact, quite often I forget how we connected with a guest for the show. Usually it's multiple things, which is why I have a hard time remembering that. You know, at this point, somebody they knew was on the show. They were aware of the show. We reached out. They reached out. One of their students nominated them. Somebody was training somewhere with someone. I was at an event and said, I like the way that person's teaching. Andrew, could you see if they want to come on the show? Things like that. Brett Mayfield operates a school somewhat near me, but he's someone that I don't know. I know of him. I've heard wonderful things about him, but I got the chance to talk to him. And when I talked to him, it became very clear why I've heard wonderful things about him. Mr. Mayfield is the type of martial artist that we all know this person. We all know someone like this who's been training and teaching forever, does their thing, does it well, loves what they do, but doesn't care about recognition. It doesn't seem like he cares about rank. He's never going to be someone that people are going to brag about knowing unless they actually know him. I hope that makes sense. But a really good time talking with him. And he is the type of person that is on my short list for, hey, let's see if I can make it work to go train with him a bit. This guy's been training a long time. He knows stuff. And he's nice. Type of person that I want to do some work with. So here's the episode today. I hope you check it out. Hope you enjoy it and all of that. I noticed as I was describing him and my perspective on him in our episode, sounds a lot like something that could be an award, could be in a nomination for one of the Never Settle Awards. So don't forget, nominations are open for about 3 weeks. August 15th, we close those up. You can find more details at whistlekick.com or all over the internet because we did a pretty good job pushing that the end of last week. Let's see if we can use this to make a shift in the industry. Gad says the numbers align. Listening to that episode will probably open a gate to another dimension. You know, we always talk about opening gates to other dimensions as bad. Is it possible it's good? Now, my personal views on time and space are such that we would not be able to travel. I of this dimension would not be able to go to another, but let's pretend that was possible. Would it be bad? Would stuff from there coming here necessarily be bad? Does it have to turn into Stranger Things? I don't know. I'd say no. I would say the more likely dimensions to open are the ones that are closest to what is currently going on here. I believe in the multiple worlds, the infinite worlds theory. So it'd be pretty boring from a day-to-day standpoint. Jenny says, how could it be worse than the dimension we are in? Oh, I think there are plenty of ways. Instead of it being 81 degrees when I got home last night at 11:30, it could have been, 90 degrees or 100 degrees or 104 degrees, which we saw on the car thermometer constantly while we were driving around. It is really hot. It should be less hot. This is part of why I live here. It's less hot here than almost everywhere else. No, thank you. I don't need it to be this hot. Did I give you guys something to talk about? Was it last week? And did we talk about it on Friday? I feel like we've already talked about the thing that I gave you. That's the wrong button, Dermer. There we go. Checking. So today I got some meetings. I'm going to try and take like 7 naps, try to catch up on sleep because I'm recording tomorrow. We've got a full day. Looks like 4 episodes and 2 meetings after hours. Yep. So we already talked about that. I'll have to come up with something for you guys. Probably won't be today because I'm tired. Yeah. Jenny says, so glad we had you guys in town for the record-breaking heat wave. Ugh. Too hot. We'd stop and get out of the car and I'd just be like, I'm melting. Much melting. But I'm really thankful that we had thunderstorms last night because while half the country is on fire, either literally or figuratively, it's rainy. Hey, Google, what's the temperature outside?
The temperature in Moortown currently is 70 degrees.
70 degrees. I like 70 degrees. I got windows open. There's a breeze. Yeah. Days like this, summer days with heavy rain, remind me of being at camp. Now, it reminds me of being at summer camp and kind of stuck in the cabins with other kids. It reminds me of being at, when I was a kid, my mother's best friend, her grandmother had a camp on Sebago Lake, and she would take me there sometimes. And I remember very little about it. There's kind of like one angle walking down to the camp from where we would park, and I just remember lots of pine trees and just the entire ground was covered in pine trees. There was pine needles. there was no grass because it's so acidic. Grass can't grow. Too many pine needles kills it off. Yeah, just being in a cabin in the woods in the rain. There's something really nice about it. I more or less live in a not quite a cabin, but in the woods in the rain, and I don't hate it. So I'm gonna end there. Thanks everybody for coming by. If anybody has, here's what I'm going to ask for. You all do a great job on Fridays showing up to get Frank's back, have some jokes. Can you help me out as well as help Frank out? Because Frank normally gives us topics to make sure we have something to talk about if the conversation wanes. Could you throw me some of those? Could you give me some topics? I'll take them. I'll put them in a list. I'll print them out and I'll put them right here on the table. Go through them. What about this? What about that? And if somebody wants to take the easy way out, you could just dig back on First Cup and find what we've talked about, going back a year or two, because we've done this a long time and we've talked about most things, but there's always new stuff. That would be nice. I would appreciate that. Ooh. Thank you, Stacy. She says, good luck today. Sleep well. Yeah, I think I'm going to close my eyes for a bit after this and see where that takes me. I appreciate all of you. Remember, if you want to support us in what we do, our efforts to connect, educate, and entertain, even if it's one person at a time, you can join the Patreon. You can buy something at whistlekick.com, or you can join the family page. If you're family, you should be at that family page at least once a week and see what we're doing. Andrew gave me a great idea for what's going on the family page this week, so that may happen today. I appreciate all of you. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.